In a forest thick with shadows and veiled in mist lived a witch named Alara, a woman feared not just for her magic, but for a past drenched in sorrow and betrayal. As a young girl, Alara had been a beacon of light in her village, a gifted healer known for her golden hair and laughter that echoed like a cheerful melody. But it was all lost one fateful evening when the love of her life, Thomas, disappeared without a trace. Years passed, and the once vibrant Alara withered away like a flower in perpetual darkness. Consumed by her quest to find Thomas, she delved deep into forbidden spells and incantations, trading her golden locks and youthful glow for an old, haggard appearance and a cavernous home hidden among the trees in the forest. Her heart grew colder, and her laughter turned into whispers that now only spoke to spirits and shadows. It was on Halloween night, the sky a pitch-black tapestry embroidered with twinkling stars, when Alara heard the pitter-patter of footsteps approaching her lair. Through her enchanted window, she saw them, 2 children, a boy and a girl, crumbs of bread trailing behind them. Hansel and Gretel they were called, and they looked lost and afraid. For a fleeting moment, Alara's eyes softened, reminded of her own lost innocence. But then a dark thought gripped her. Could these children be the key to finding Thomas? She had an ancient spell that could locate any person, but it required an unthinkable sacrifice, the pure hearts of young ones. Wrestling with her morals, she found herself drowning in the sea of desperation, with a sigh that seemed to extinguish the remaining light within her. But she decided. Alara welcomed the children warmly, her voice dripping with sweetness like the sugary walls of her edible house. She fed them and offered them cozy beds. "You're safe now," she cooed, even as her cauldron bubbled ominously with ingredients for a spell most dark. As Hansel and Gretel slept, Alara began the incantation, her hands shaking as the room darkened, filled with the cries of unseen spirits. Just when her knife hovered over their innocent hearts, a vision flashed before her, a vision of Thomas, reaching out to her, his eyes filled with disappointment and sorrow. "No!" she gasped, dropping the knife, the spell breaking with a deafening crash that shook her home. Alara fell to her knees, tears streaming down her face. What had she become? Consumed by her loneliness and regret, she had nearly done the unthinkable. But just then, the ground shook as if awakening by realization. Her house of candy and sweets crumbled, dissolving into the ground, taking along with it the dark magic that had consumed her. As for Alara, she vanished without a trace, leaving behind only a pool of golden light where her heart used to be. Hansel and Gretel woke up amidst the forest that had returned to its natural state, the sinister aura lifted. They returned home, telling tales of a haunted house that mysteriously disappeared, warning children to never stray too far into the forest. As for Alara, some say her spirit wanders the forest, forever in search of redemption, a lost soul on a haunting path towards the light she once embodied. And so, on every Halloween night, when the wind howls through the trees, and the moon casts shadows like whispering ghosts, remember the tale of Alara, the witch who lost her way, a cautionary tale that even in the deepest darkness, a flicker of light, of goodness, remains.